Hello everybody, this is GeGe from GeGe Yoga. I'm back with a new video, a new weekly video, and this is yoga to help you sleep. So if you either want to wind down or you're struggling to wind down and you need something to get you a little bit closer to that bedtime feeling, then this one's for you. Suitable for all levels, staying very low to the ground, very low energy. See you on the mat. Okay, my loves, get yourselves nice and cozy, coming all the way down to your backs. Yes. Plant the soles of the feet into the ground, the knees facing upwards. And allow yourself to close down the eyes, bring the hands towards the belly area. Now, I know the belly can be a source of worry or discontentment for a lot of people. Often we feel anxiety first in the gut, right? But doing these sort of practices can really bring the anxiety down. Which I think is very important in the world we're currently living in. Adapting to a new kind of normal. So when you've got yourself settled, when you've closed your eyes, you started breathing with a more conscious breath in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth, your choice. We're going to start with a nice counted breath. So as you inhale, we're going to count to 4. You're going to hold your breath for a count of 4, and you're going to exhale through the nose or mouth for a count of 6. So really extending that outwards breath. Here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. 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 One more round of this. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Beautiful. Let the counting go. But keeping that lovely slow breath, noticing that maybe your heart rate has slowed down, that you felt yourself maybe drop into the practice a little bit more now after that. Okay, blink open the eyes, bring the hands towards the ground and then bringing the knees up. Maybe taking the hands out a little bit wider or coming to a cactus shape if you don't have the space for these long arms here. And then dropping both knees over towards the right and looking back at your left hand. There's no need to worry about having to have the shoulders down or anything. This is a very chilled out restorative practice, so don't get too caught up in the details. And then gently bringing the knees through center and rolling to the other side. If you hear any spinal cracks, pops, yeah, it's totally normal. And our bodies become very stagnant during our day, particularly if you have a job where you're at a desk a lot. You may find that as soon as you start moving, you get very stiff hips and a stiff back. Yoga is so beneficial to just find a bit more ease in the body. And back through center. Ah, lovely. Okay. Plant both soles of the feet into the ground. Reach the right leg all the way up to the sky. And then bend the right foot and place it over the top of the left thigh. Make sure that you're pushing that right knee outwards, really nice and active through this foot so as to protect the knee joint. And then starting to lift that left foot off the ground or not. That might have been enough for you. But if you want a little bit more, you can thread the needle, bringing the hands through towards the back of the left thigh. And then actively pushing that right knee away from you without actually touching it. See if you can do it without needing to manually push it. And then start to straighten that left leg. So you're getting a little bit more resistance on your right foot here. Might deepen the stretch a little bit for you. Pull a little bit closer. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly bring the foot back down to the ground. This right foot, start to cross it over. So your knees are crossing one over the other, just continuing the journey with the knee. Option to take eagle legs here by wrapping the right toes around the back of the left calf. If that's not in your practice, don't worry, it's all good. We're going to come into another twist. So dropping both knees over towards the left. And then looking back at your right hand. One more breath in here. And start to roll on through back to center. Unravel the legs. Bring your knees into the chest for a quick squeeze before we move on to the other side. And then bringing the feet all the way down towards the ground. Okay, here we go. Left foot reaches all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, start to bring that foot into figure four legs on the other side. This might be enough for you, pushing the knee away. But if you want more, start to find that thread. So bringing the hands behind the right thigh, maybe interlacing if you have that space, and getting a bit more of an intense sensation in the glute muscle on the left side. And when you're here, notice if you are gripping anywhere in your face. Maybe wiggle the eyebrows to soften the forehead and the eyes. And then taking that right foot all the way up to the sky, maybe finding a little bit more resistance against that left foot. And let it go with your exhale. Again, continuing the journey of the left foot, crossing over the knees, maybe finding that eagle legs on the other side. If not, No biggie, no problem. Finding that cross leg twist, so dropping both knees over towards the right this time, looking back at your left hand. One more inhale. And as you exhale, coming all the way back up, unraveling the legs and squeeze the knees in towards the chest. Beautiful job. Okay, from here, just gently rolling onto one side. And then pressing all the way up, we're going to come into deer pose. So you want to bring your right leg in front of you, your left leg's going to go behind, if you think of like a mermaid, that sort of shape, with the legs, and then sitting your hips down, your left bum cheek will come up naturally. Do not worry about that. So we're in deer here. And you're going to place your right fingertips, your left fingertips down to the ground, and your right fingertips are going to reach up and over. So you're going towards your legs. Finding that beautiful side stretch in the right side body. Maybe you look up at your hand briefly. And then keep this journey going. So you're going to bring the hand down to the ground, walking hand over hand, and then coming to a forward fold. So you're folding over your front knee. Either you can just be on the hands or the forearms, or maybe you take your head down to your hands. Okay, starting to come back up and then finding a little counter twist here. So you're going to turn your body towards your front knee and then keep that twist going, looking over your right shoulder. And coming back through center. Great job. Swing that back leg around. Plant the soles of the feet into the ground and then just windshield wiper the legs. So taking them to one side and then the other, making sure that the stance of the feet is quite wide so that you can get a little bit of mobility work going on in the hips here. Loosening everything up. Try not to collapse too far into your hands, still finding a little bit of lift through the chest. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So bringing the opposite knee in, which is going to be your left one, and taking the right leg behind, coming into deer pose. Beautiful. Bring the fingertips down and start to reach up and over and towards your legs. Finding that beautiful side stretch. Maybe looking up to the hand, the elbow crease, opening up through that left side body. And a beautiful stretch down the outside of this hip as well. Oh yeah. And then keeping the journey going, bringing that top hand all the way down, walking hand over hand until you're folding over your front knee. And again, work at your level. If you're on your fingertips, it's all gravy. You can even sit up nice and tall if the original posture was enough for you. And start to sit all the way back up, finding that counter pose. So going towards your front knee and then keeping that twist going. So you're looking over your left shoulder, sitting up nice and tall through the chest. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, coming back through center, swing those legs in front of you again. This time we're going to come into butterfly or diamond or cobbler's pose, many names, but bring the soles of the feet together, knees out, opening like a book, and then bringing the hands to the insides of the arches. Option to give yourself a mini massage here, drawing circles with your thumbs. My OG YouTube yoga teacher, Yoga with Adrienne, always did this. It's so effective. So, paying homage. Okay, lift tall through the chest and then gently leaning forward, you can drop the head. And if this is a little bit too intense for you, you can always walk the feet further out so you've got a bit of a larger diamond, shall we say. And gently start to make your way all the way back up. Bring the hands to the outsides of the thighs. Start to close the knees. Give yourself a huge cuddle. You deserve it. I always say it, but it's true. And then coming to face the top of your mat. We're going to be finishing pretty soon, but a couple more folds and twists to be done to really, really relax and loosen up those muscles. So legs out in front, nice and active through the toes. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, reaching forward, folding in, dropping the head down, closing the eyes. And if you have to bend your knees like this, know that it's okay. It's still a forward fold. One more breath in here. And gently rolling up, stacking up through the spine. Head comes up last. Oh yeah, lovely. And then bringing your left foot in and crossing it over the top of the right thigh. If you struggle with this, you can just plant the foot down here. If you cross over, you'll get an extra little glute stretch. And then hugging the knee with the right arm, tuck it into your elbow, and then looking behind you, twisting over your left shoulder. And one more breath in. And come back. Unravel, simply taking it to the other side. Bringing the right foot up and then crossing it over the left. Hug, hug, hug that elbow in with the left arm, tucking it into the knee and then finding that twist. Again, lifting nice and tall through the spine and no cranking here. Take it easy, take it gentle. And coming back through center, unravel. We're going to come all the way down to our backs. If there's anything you want to grab, like a blanket, if you want to grab a pillow for your head, or you want to put a blanket underneath, under the knees, that can feel really lovely. Or you can just pretend that you're already in bed, just as I'm going to. Covering yourself. Lovely. And we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths together before we come into a little bit of stillness. So deep breath in and exhale slow. And another, this time hold at the top. Holding the breath, hold it, retain that energy, and exhale it out. One more just like that, holding at the top, inhale. Hold. And exhale. Coming into just a couple of moments of stillness. Preparing you for sleep. And before we go, I would like you to think of one thing that you've done today that you're proud of. It could be as simple as making your bed. Maybe you made somebody laugh. Maybe you got dressed. Or not. It's totally okay. Strange times. This is where I will leave you, but I hope that you have a wonderful night's sleep. Try to have minimal screen use after this video, winding everything down. And I hope that your night is as peaceful as I was filming this video. Thank you very much for your time. Namaste.